YouTube, what's going on? Is your boy Fico with another video. Today we are at a Kripski. We are recording videos. Today we'll be reacting to corporate jobs give the illusion of stability. 9 to 5 jobs give an illusion of stability. I don't. My opinion is like getting a 9 to 5 in 2026 is crazy, and it's crazy in a sense that there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of better ways. There's a lot of other ways you can make money. Uh, and people are still going for 9 to 5 jobs because they don't know better. And yeah, let's get into the video, man. Corporate job give the illusion of stability. The only stability about corporate job is that they are unstable.
I actually think that it is insane that as adults, we have to ask other adults if we can take time off to live the life that we want to live.
Right.
That is what working in 9 to 5 is. That is what it is like to ask for a vacation. I
Right.
can't believe that I was in the corporate world for 5 years. Like, you will never catch me working in 9 to 5 ever again. Like, you're telling me as an adult, I have to ask another adult for permission to take my vacation, my time off
Yeah.
to live my life.
Right.
No, thank you.
Hold on, man. On that thought, what she said is like, as an adult, you need to ask permission to go to the toilet. Wait, not to the toilet, to go for a holiday and all that. And that's the same mindset that school taught us. What you learn in school is that when you want to go outside, raise up your hand, ask permission from the authority figure, which is the teacher, so you can go to the toilet. And it's the same thing in the corporate world. If you want to take a day off, if you want to go for a holiday, if you want to go on a vacation, you should ask your boss. You should be a good little girl, good little boy, and ask permission from your boss. Ask your permission from daddy. Ask your permission from the big boss, you know, and be like, yeah, sir, can I please, may I please, your highness, my honor, my king, can I please take a day off? I'm not feeling well today. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And when I spoke up, when I said like it's 2026, it's crazy to get a job. What I mean by that is like there are a lot of opportunity. There's social media, bro. You can start a YouTube channel. You can post on social media. You can become an influencer. You can, you know, start your an online business. There are a lot of opportunities. We live in a digital economy. There's AI, gang. AI, ChatGPT just not there to answer your homework or to do your assignment for you. You can use that shit to start a business, to come up with a business idea, you know, to literally like, bro, code softwares, code apps, bro. You don't need to be in university for this. You can use AI to learn about AI. The best way to learn AI is learning with AI. Tell AI to teach you about AI. Tell AI to teach you how to code with AI. Bro, come on, man. Getting a 9 to 5 in 2026 is wild because if you look at it, the future is changing, bro. We don't live in the old economy where you need to work at the factory, where you need to become a nurse or a doctor. There are people that are making more bread than doctors and nurses that they just do social medias. There are kids, 18 years old, 20 years old, making money on the internet. Millionaires. AI is making millionaires quick. What are you doing getting a 9 to 5? And you should use your time to learn about AI, and do YouTube and all that. Make money from the internet, man. At home.
Fact that I have to make a presentation. I have to have a meeting about slides that I have to make for a meeting. And then I have to have another meeting to show people the slides for that meeting to make sure we're all aligned on the slides for the meeting. And then we go to the
Yep.
meeting, and then we have a meeting after the meeting to talk about the meeting and the to-dos that came from that meeting. Then we do some of the to-dos, and then we have an alignment meeting to align on if the to-dos are being done. And I just don't care anymore. And I don't.
It's the same thing in school, man. School is just school, what university does, or uni, or high school, whatever. University, all they do is prepare you for the corporate world. So what you're doing in school, and this is when you know that you're gonna hate your job. When you're whatever you're doing in university, now, and you don't love it, you're not passionate about it, you stress about the assignment, you stress about the freaking presentation. That's what you're gonna do in the corporate world. Let me say if you're a nurse, you stress about going to the hospital. Bro, your job is literally going to the hospital every day. What are you stressing about? It's the same shit over and over. If you're stressing in uni, double that because then you're getting paid. They will call you like 2 a.m. Pull up at the hospital. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying you should be expecting this type of thing. You should be like be like accepting it, like because that's what you started for, and be like, nah, I'm stressing in uni, nigga. You're gonna stress more in the corporate world. It's gonna be double the work, double the sacrifice. So just know what you're getting yourself into. If you're doing engineering, just know that the work is gonna be more than the assignment and the test and everything combined. It's gonna be more than that. People say the work become less only uni is just exaggerating. That might be true, but I don't have experience in that. But all I'm saying is that you have to know what you're getting yourself into and expect that you're gonna be doing more work, that you have to do more work.
I want to do one more presentation. Honestly, I do not know what is stable about corporate job right now. Like maybe what is stable about it might be the steady layoffs that you know is
Yeah,
definitely coming
I can
every
fire you
single month.
anytime.
But anyway, we're gonna be checking out these videos about corporate
Let's get it.
jobs and how a lot of people are saying that it's like gives the illusion of stability because corporate jobs are known to be like the stable jobs. You have a stable life, you know, you're just living your life, you know, a corporate normal lifestyle. But then at the end of the day, people actually bringing up conversations, the real conversation about how this is an illusion, the stability that you're
Right.
talking about, because of some of the problems that come with this. Not saying that it's absolutely bad for you to have a corporate job, but it's just pointing out some things because there's always a good and bad part of things. But before we get right into this video and check it out, please make sure you click the like button. It helps with the algorithm, and I appreciate that so much. It
Yeah,
helps with the
subscribe,
algorithm,
nigga.
and I appreciate
Subscribe,
that so much.
subscribe,
So let's get
subscribe.
right into this video.
I keep seeing videos of people like getting laid off, and it just has me thinking like, in today's society, we are sold this idea that the goal is to get a stable job,
Mm-hmm.
to reap X, Y, and Z benefits from stable job, get X amount of vacation days, maybe climb the ladder. But when you truly, truly think about it, stability is an illusion that they sell us because I think we confuse stability with predictability.
Right.
And what I mean by that is, to an extent, you can predict, what you will get paid in 2 weeks, in a month, or whatever. You can predict how many days of vacation you will get. But really, you can't even predict that you will walk in the next day and have that same job. To a 100% degree, you cannot predict that. And I think that is sold to us by people who are higher than us because they don't want us to be up there with them. They want us to
Mm.
remain down here. All of our desires and our goals remain in stability, but it's an illusion. It's not real. And I can go on and on about this topic, but I say that just to say, like, the true value that you will bring will be correlated in the skill sets that you have. So soft skills, hard
Yeah.
skills. And I know not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Obviously,
Right.
like some people, I understand the need and the want for predictability. Obviously, as a mother, I understand, but the true value that you will bring to any company or your own business will be in the skill sets that you have. And yeah, I just say don't stress yourself out over a job that you don't even know will be there tomorrow. Remember that you are the prize.
My job as a
Yeah, man. It goes back to the concept of the Rockefellers. If you know about the Rockefellers, they introduced the factories and all that, so they introduce the factories and the school system so that they can raise a generation of workers, not thinkers. So just they don't want you to be higher than them. These higher powers, they don't want you to be better than them. So even like the education system, it makes you not to be. They don't train you to be CEOs. They don't train you to be these experts. They don't train you. But there's an exception to that. Some institution they teach you to be a specialist or in a certain skill, but they don't teach you the CEO like to be the top dog. It's like it's something you get through like the chain of command or some bullshit they teach in university. All I'm saying is that if you learn to be your own boss and depend on yourself, you won't be depending on the system. And the corporate job is so unstable that they can get laid off any freaking time, bro. You can lose your job. It's like you never know when you get fired. It's like you just show up at work one day, be like, nah, nigga, are you out, man? Even if you did your job, you're working very hard, you sacrifice your family, you sacrifice your life for this type of job. After maybe you'll be working there for 5 years and then you decide to lay you off because of AI. Niggas are getting laid off because of AI. AI is coming, bro. You'll be looking at this video back, you'll be like, bro, you didn't listen to Fig when he said get into AI in 2026. Now it's 2030 and AI is taking over everything. Learn AI, nigga. Learn artificial intelligence, bro. You can get laid off anytime. And when she spoke about the entrepreneur, she's right. Most people don't have the mindset of being an entrepreneur. If you cannot be an entrepreneur, if you cannot start your own business, collab with people that have the entrepreneur mind. Work for people that are like work for people that are having small startup that are, you can go together. Partner, not work for people. Partner with people. Partner with people, bro. Create a partnership. You know, start a business. Sell something, bro. Fail fast. Fail fast. Start YouTube, bro. There are people make YouTube automation. There's this thing YouTube automation, these reactions channel. Do what I'm doing. Get your money up, man.
Tomorrow, um, remember that you are the prize.
Right.
My job has a 15-minute meeting every single morning to talk about what we did yesterday and what we're going to do today for each person's task. That way, everybody is up to date on things that are being done on the team.
Right.
Okay, it takes 15 minutes max. There's like 7 of us, and we skip right through it. Everybody's up to date. We get the point. Middle management talks for 2 to 3 hours in this meeting. It is genuinely making me lose my mind. And I'm missing important information because somewhere in the 2 to 3 hours of
That's
meaningless
crazy.
word talking, it's like they're trying to hit word counts.
That's
Somebody will say
crazy.
something important, and I won't hear it because I've already zoned out because my active listening skill does not extend for 120 to 180 minutes.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Just say what needs to be said and leave. You do not need to hit a word count for the doctoral thesis. And because we have 4 middle management managers sitting in this meeting, they all take turns trying to like get their piece of the talking cake in. It's insane. We have a new manager. I'll give you an example. He was like, all right, the new year started. And he was like, thanks for, helping me transition into leading this team, whatever. And it was a long ass thank you. It was longer than a fucking like Oscar award winning speech. It's insane. It's like a graduation speech. He gives it. And then his manager is like, yeah, you know what? I want to thank you too. Takes just as long to say thank you. And then an unrelated project manager is also like, you know what? I'm going to thank you too. Takes just as long. And then the fourth manager, thank you, just as long. Are we
they're
at
just
fucking Thanksgiving?
they're just
Why are
degrading
we
each other at
talking
this
for so
point.
long? Send him an email. Say, hey, good job. Thanks for stepping up. And then shut the fuck up. This 15-minute meeting.
Right.
I mean, just the thank you part was 20 minutes. How do you thank someone for 20 minutes? I'm Jesus.
Right.
Okay, so one of my favorite creators on here, Holly Jama, she's documenting how she left her corporate job and she worded something that I struggled to word for so long because around over a year ago, there's so much lore that happened between then, but let's just say that I had a corporate internship that was going to be a full-time offer. It was 6 figures, but my time at this internship was so spiritually, emotionally, and mentally draining on me. And when I tried to tell people, like, I don't know if I want to take this offer, everyone's like, it's 6 figures, you should take the fucking job. And no shade, like, you're basically telling me that you would tap dance, you would sell your soul to a corporate job.
Right.
And I feel empowered to make this video now because am I the only one that thinks that like corporate provides the illusion of stability? Because when not even spiritually, but I think that corporate jobs give you the illusion of stability because they're emotionally draining, they're spiritually
Right.
draining.
It's true.
Even for me as someone who's creative, like the ritual of going to a desk for 8 hours, smiling when I don't want to smile, performing in ways that are not regular to my nervous system, that adds up over time. And I remember working my last internship, having this intuitive feeling the whole summer that like, don't take this job, don't take this job, don't take this job. But everyone was like, take the job because it's the most money and the economy's bad.
Listen to your intuition all the time, bro. When you have a bad feeling about the job, don't do it, bro. Don't do it for money. Don't sell your soul for money, bro. Because that shit's gonna fuck up with your mental health. It's gonna fuck up with your psychology. It's gonna fuck up with your fucking health. And then people will be like expecting you just to take the job just for the sake of the zack, just for the sake of the money, right? You get the money, and then what? Then you suffer the consequences of mental health and 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 you lose yourself into this job that you don't even freaking like, to buy things that you don't even like, to impress people that you don't even like. or that don't even like you, just so that you can fit in, quote unquote, so that you can keep up with the Joneses. It's crazy, bro. Learn to live by your own terms. Learn to think for yourself, bro. If you're out here letting people think for you, you end up doing the job that you hate. As a matter of fact, you end up studying the cause that you don't even like, so that you can impress your parents. So that now you are trying to to impress your parents' friends. It's crazy, bro. Corporate jobs are not stable, and they'll become more unstable as you keep going further into the AI evolution. There's a lot of Elon Musk talking about some AI bullshit, like not bullshit, but AI robotic robots taking over. A lot of people are going to be laid off. So it's better to start learning skills now in 2026. Learn skills. Don't depend on your job, bro. Use your job maybe just to save up so that you can leave your goddamn job. Use your job to save up money so that you can start running Google ads on your for your business or whatever social media things. Jobs are not stable. You need to understand that. You need to understand that. I was trying to apply for a job as I studied computer science, and now I'm studying engineering. I studied computer science, and there was a job available for me to become a computer science teacher at this private school. And then everybody was saying, "Go for the job, nigga. You need the money." Uh, I need the money, but the mental health, the sacrifice of my time, the most important asset I have, is not worth it, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. But
I
in a
just
weird way,
I was
it
listening
could
to my
have been
guts,
so that
man.
I couldn't even take the job anyways. But I'm so glad I didn't because
Yeah, me
I
too.
realized that during that summer, I was making the most money financially. Like I was making $41 an hour, but I also had the most energetic leaks ever. Random
Hmm.
injuries, car issues. My journals, when I look at my journals when I was working corporate jobs, oh my God, I didn't know how I didn't go into a psych ward. But I want to say that I think that corporate long term gives you the illusion of stability because, like I said earlier in the video, sitting at a desk and being fake for 40 hours a week, that shit, like your
Crazy,
body keeps score. Like your
crazy.
body recognizes that.
The fake
And
smiles is
especially like
crazy,
black men
man.
in corporate, you're expected to kind of swallow disrespect and let it sit in your body. Also, this is gonna be a little bit vain, but I was really fucking ugly when I was working a corporate job. Like I looked so fucking ugly and disgusting.
Depressed, bro.
Inflamed, inflamed, inflamed,
Right,
inflamed, inflamed,
right.
inflamed, inflamed. And I knew long term that this was not a safe path for me because I think the trick is that you see the amount of money you're making and you think you're stable, but you're not. Because I think people, especially on this app, people hear a dollar amount attached to money. And this is a quote that
It's
I
not
made up.
worth the
Numbers don't
sacrifice,
lie,
man.
but they can trick you. Like, yes, you're making six figures at this job,
Yeah.
but the value of that six figures is your mental health, your creative energy. I'm spiritual. I believe that it comes at the cost of your creative energy because I had no inspiration or energy to create at all when I was working a corporate job. And for me, as someone who dances, I write, like, I love to just make art as a
Your
practice for my
creativity just
wellness.
get
Like,
drained, man.
that shit, like, I just can't see a life where I'm not doing that. And if even in that short spurt of time, I was already having like random issues, and I would say that like this felt a little bit spiritual, like God.
Even uni is the same shit. They drain your creativity. Like you not have time for your own thing. That's what I mean. You not have time to create your own thing. Like I remember last year was my first year, and I failed engineering. Now I'm repeating, but this year I have like only maybe like two modules, three modules. Now I have time to do my creative things. I have time for YouTube. I have time for track. I have time to go for competition. I have time to travel. If you see on the channel, I have different backgrounds. I'm traveling. I'm always in different places. I have time for this, all these things that I want because I don't have to spend more time at university. And I feel like failing my first year at engineering, I think that was it's a blessing in disguise because now I have time for things I'm passionate about. I have time to train athletics. I have time for the gym, bro. Last year, bro, I was skinny looking, depressed, looking as motherfucker because university was draining me. My energy was draining my soul. I was drained, bro. Uni was fucking with me, and now I have time to be creative. I have time to do more things, man, that I'm passionate about. It's the same thing when you start working that job that you are starting for in university. It's gonna drain you more. It's gonna suck your soul. By that time, you'll be like you'll be making up excuses. Now I'm getting paid a certain amount a month. I'm getting paid 700,000 a year. Now I gotta do the job because I have to provide for my family. I have to provide for who I have to do this for the kids. Now you're selling yourself for that amount of money. You are draining yourself. your eye socket, they're like, oh, bro, and you have to do the fake smiling, the fake friendships at work with niggas that you don't even really fuck with, and all that, bro. Just for what, bro? Fuck, man. Get like become your own boss, bro. Shit.
Or the universe will tell me to get out. But like even if I still stayed there, like I think over time, like even the fact of like that ritual, what good is all that money
Yeah.
and what good is all the money I'm saving for this corporate job if I have a health problem
You're
5 to
right.
10 years from now,
You're right.
and God knows how fucking expensive healthcare is, all that money is gone. So what
Your
what's
health
the
is your
stability?
wealth, man.
Not only that, as a black woman in corporate, your stability is in the hands of someone who may misread you, and when they misread you, your job is at stake, because that's what happened to me. If I wasn't enthusiastic enough, if I wasn't tap dancing my feet and entertaining people in the office,
You
it's,
can't
oh,
win,
she's
bro.
not a good employee, she's incompetent. That's not stability. Okay, like even though I have not worked a corporate job since, I think that I've developed so much more internal stability. Like even on this page, like I create and I post for fun because I have internal stability and I don't need to. This is going to be controversial. No shade to anyone that works a corporate job, but I don't need to rely on a paycheck every 2 weeks to feel stable. Like I know if there's an emergency, I'm stable enough in myself to know that I can handle it, because that, not being in corporate forces you to teach that skill. And if you're in corporate and you suddenly get laid off, you are so used to being you're so used to getting paid to perform in inauthentic ways that if an emergency strikes, your nervous system is just hijacked. You know what I'm saying? Like corporate jobs hijack your sense of stability by giving you the illusion. It's a spiritual, y'all. It gives you the illusion of stability. Like, yes, you might see this amount of money in your page. Not saying that this is like quit your be entrepreneur and quit corporate. It works for some people, but in the large scheme of things, it's very much a get out thing. It's not a stable job. It's not as stable as people make it seem to be. And as someone who's had fun employment seasons and as someone who was in corporate, I find that my relationship with my finances and with money is more stable when I'm forced to be 100% responsible for how much money is in my account.
Right.
And since it being over a year since I've last worked a job, my relationship with discipline has improved because now I do things, I create things, and I do things not because there's a manager that's gonna fire me if I don't do it. It's because I want to do it. And I think
Yes,
that in a way,
that's
like
that's
I did have this little like roadblock earlier this year where I was like, damn, like I'm stupid, I fumbled that job. But then I realized that like my work ethic is so much
it's the
different than it
same
was a year
shit.
ago, because it was kind of like, no shade to anyone that works a corporate job, but like corporate job kind of puts you in a mode of like you need to dangle the donut to get you to run on the treadmill. I'm gonna run on the fucking treadmill because I want to fucking run on the treadmill. That's the difference. And even when I was working a corporate job, it felt like with all the saving, all the time management, it felt like all of my extra resources were just getting put into returning my nervous system to a baseline. Like I'm getting depleted at work and then I'm spending the time after work trying to just get to a baseline. But as a creative, you're not going to create or finish any projects if your nervous system is at a baseline. You usually create from an overflow of energy. Like I want to dance because I have extra energy. I want to write because I have extra energy. And you never have that overflow of energy at your expense because you have to get back to a baseline and then you got to go back to bed to get up for. Do you know what I'm saying here? Like, and I know this is a long video, but my last point is that corporate, I realized this year that corporate sent me this messaging in my nervous system that like being safe means performing in inauthentic ways. I must censor myself. I must be inauthentic to be safe in the workplace. I can't be too this. I can't say the wrong thing. I can't do the wrong thing. Obviously, in every
Yeah, man. I have a friend that used to work a corporate job. He also left the job. He was like, bro, you have to be censored. You shouldn't be saying certain things. You shouldn't be talking. Yeah, you shouldn't be talking too much, bro, because they're gonna fire you. They're gonna give you strikes and warnings, which is crazy, man. And that sense of relief. I remember failing, and I was a little bit like, nah, shit, nah, what. And then after few weeks or something, like I was like, shit, now I feel relief because I don't have the pressure of second year. Everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that, and now I have more time for this to be creative, to try new things, to learn about AI, to start my own business before I go back to uni, so I can like if I'm like I'm black, I live in a single mother house. The thing is that I need to make money first so that I can drop out of uni so I can do whatever I want. I need to do that. It's needed. And what she spoke when she said like, and one thing is that university they have this thing of if you have you ever been into an engineering campus, bro? You see a lot of zombie working, looking like the type of sacrifice engineering require, the type of mental sacrifice it require. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. we went for a trip, and I was looking at the engineers that we are becoming, and I was like, nah, I'd rather do something else. But I can't drop out because it's engineering, bro. Who drops out of engineering? But we'll see, man. We'll see.
Office, you have a code of ethics and things like that. But office politics are a very real thing, and the risk of being misunderstood and misread is very high, especially as a Black woman in the office. So I found that when I was working corporate job, I was always trying to make myself legible to people instead of just being myself. Because if I'm just myself, then I'm aggressive, I'm mean, I'm da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize that it was like energetically straining to force myself to be legible to people. I need to be palatable and be understood so that people can tolerate my presence. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
need
yeah,
to be
this
the
was a long
good
video,
girl,
but
be the
the
good
thesis is
boy.
that corporate jobs give you the illusion of stability, and it's not as
Crazy,
stable as
man.
people make it out to be.
The moment I knew I couldn't go back to traditional employment was when I was scrolling through job sites trying to figure out my next move. I was doing what you're supposed to do, updating my CV,
Right.
optimizing my LinkedIn, looking at roles in my field, expanding my search to adjacent industries. And I realized there was not one single job I actually wanted to do. Not one. And it's because the entire structure,
Yeah.
the idea of applying for permission to do work someone else defined for a salary someone else determined with autonomy someone else controls felt fundamentally wrong. And I just couldn't unsee it. So let me give you some context here. I'd spent months on a career break. I'd had time to think without the noise of full-time employment clouding my judgment. I'd done some soul searching and I'd asked myself what I actually wanted from work, not what I thought I should want. And the answer was really clear. I wanted to build something on my own terms. I wanted to work on problems I found interesting with
Right.
people
Right.
I chose to work with in a structure that gave me flexibility and autonomy.
Not to give shit to people that work 9 to 5 jobs. If you're already passionate with what you do, you're solving problems, you're creating buildings, you're a civil engineer, you're a software developer, you're creating all these sorts of that help a lot of people. You are a dance, you are giving back to the healthcare community. It's great. It's fantastic. If you're happy with it, incredible. That's the whole point. If you're happy, you feel excited to go to work every day, and you feel good about the job. It's cool, bro. It's cool. Do the job. That's good for you. If your mental health is okay, if your mental health is fantastic, bro, it's cool, bro. Do the job. Go to the job. Be the civil servants of society. Provide for for society. And I'm not saying like when you become an entrepreneur, or when you're doing something you're passionate about, you're not providing for society. You should you're providing for society in a different way, in a different format, and you're solving problems that you're passionate about. Because like when you solve problems you're passionate about, you be like you be it will be pulling you instead of you being pushed to do the work. You be pulled towards the work than being pushed around like go do this, that, go do this. Because when you are pushed, you not do it with passion, you not do it with love. But when it's something that pulls you, when it's something that pulls you, there you will like you actually do great. You do more. You do something. You be creative. You have fun doing the job. And if you are in a corporate job that pulls you and that you're passionate about, yeah, that's good, man. Do that.
Autonomy and the ability to scale my income without scaling my hours. And none of the jobs I was looking at offered that. They offered a decent salary, they offered the appearance of career progression, but they didn't offer ownership. They didn't offer real autonomy. They
Yeah.
didn't offer the ability to build something that was mine. And once I admitted to myself that I was fundamentally misaligned with the entire employment structure, I couldn't make myself go back. I couldn't physically sit in the interviews and pretend I was excited about the opportunity. I couldn't negotiate salary packages when what I actually wanted wasn't more money, it was a different way of working completely. So I stopped applying and I started building instead.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to romanticize it because yes, it was terrifying. Yes, it was filled with uncertainty and there were months where I questioned whether I'd made the right decision. But the alternative, going back to that structure that I knew was wrong for me, just because it felt safer, that just seemed infinitely worse. Because
Right.
honestly, in traditional employment, when you know it's not aligned, it gets harder, not easier. Every year you stay, you get more comfortable, you get more financially dependent, you get more embedded in a lifestyle that requires that steady paycheck.
Right.
And the gap between where you are and where you want to be just keeps getting wider until one day you wake up and you realize you spent decades building someone else's dream
Right.
because you were too afraid to build your own. And that was the final straw for me. Not just realizing I didn't want any of these jobs, but realizing that if I didn't create my own lane now, I probably never would. So I decided if there's no job I want to apply for, I'll create the work I want to do.
Right.
If there's no role that's going to give me what I need, I will build the structure that does. And that decision didn't start with a business plan. It started with a question. And that's, if I'm not willing to keep applying for jobs that I don't want, what do I already have that I could use to build something of my own? And that was really critical, because it wasn't what should I learn next or what industry should I pivot to. It was, what skills am I already sitting on that could support the life I want to live? Because when you strip employment back to its basics, it's simple. You're solving problems, you're producing outcomes, you're creating value just inside a structure that owns it for you. And once I saw that, I stopped seeing my experience as a CV or a resume and started seeing it as raw material, skills I'd taken for granted, patterns in problems that I naturally solved, ways that I thought or communicated things,
Yeah.
ways that I made decisions. Literally being able to pull all of these things from my career capital, that's when building something of my own stopped feeling abstract and started feeling practical. And this is the part most people get stuck on, because they know they don't want to go back. They know that the structure is wrong, but they don't know how to translate what they already have into something viable. And that's exactly why I built the skills to income tool. And it's not to push you into entrepreneurship or tell you to quit your job. It's about helping you see clearly what skills you already have, where your leverage actually is, and what income models those skills can support beyond employment. Because the moment you can answer, what could I build with what I already know? You immediately stop feeling like that cloud or that small box of feeling trapped. And once that door opens and you can see the possibilities, it's really hard to close it again. So if you're at a crossroads questioning whether you should go back or take the new job, or you're unsure what forward looks like, the tool is linked in my bio.
I always think it's so interesting when people quit their corporate jobs to
Yeah, man. Yeah, right. You heard from her what she said is that most importantly, you need to create, you need to build, you need to become a creator. We're created to be creators. God created us to create, be create. And most people, they are afraid of this process of creating or starting something they are of their own. That's why they work for other people, be- then build other people's dreams and build other people's money up. And you know, this fear of you not creating what you are passionate about, or creating your own thing, is the same fear that makes you work for other people. Now you are building this guy's dream. You are building your boss' dream. There's this code that says that if you are afraid of building something your own, if you're afraid of creating something of your own, you will live your whole life building somebody else's dreams. You work for other people, make them rich, while you are freaking, freaking sacrificing your life, your health, your mental health for this guy. And then this guy is just getting richer and richer and richer, and you are staying poor or getting poor.
like
The tool is linked in my bio.
I always think it's so interesting when people quit their corporate jobs to like either become a full-time creator or like start their own business. And in
Right.
the comment section, without a doubt, every single time there will be people saying, I cannot believe you're quitting your job. You have no stability now. The internet could be gone tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, you have no stability. Do you think corporate is stable? People are getting
Nothing
laid
is
off
stable, bro.
left, right, and center every single day.
Especially corporate.
There's thousands of people getting laid off. There's no stability within corporations either. And you're silly to think that just because you have a corporate job today, that you'll have that same corporate job tomorrow. I mean, literally look at the job market, literally look at the news, look at how people are getting laid off every other day, and then say, should I shame random people on the internet for quitting their jobs and deciding they want to do something else that's fulfilling them? Or should I mind my business? You know, because that's always an option. It is. But I just think it's interesting because the same way you can get laid off tomorrow is the same way the internet, yes, can be gone tomorrow, or creators can stop making money the same way that they are, or your business can go bankrupt, or you can run into like a really terrible thing. Like, forget the company letting you go. You could get sick, God forbid, but like you could get sick, and then what? You're still without a job. So it's like, if people want to invest in themselves, invest in a business, invest in their creation and their content and whatnot, then so be it. You go work your 9 to 5, they'll go do their thing. There's nothing wrong with either way. I just always think it's interesting whenever there's someone saying I quit corporate to do X, Y, and Z. There's always people that are like, I can't believe you've done this. You've ruined your life. No, you haven't. You're actually doing just fine. And if you wanted to, you could always go back to corporate. It's not like once you leave, the doors are slammed shut and you're screwed. You're not. Life is literally not that deep. You could do whatever the hell you want. You should take the risks, especially when you're a younger individual. Take the risk. It doesn't even matter. Even if you're 50, take the risk. If shit goes to hell, you have a backup plan. If your parents' house is right there and you can go back to them, you're good. Just take the risk, try it out, see if it happens, see if it works out. And then at least you know. I'm quitting my job today.
Yeah, man. Always take the risk because when you take that risk and if it doesn't work out, you can always go back to that job. You can always go back to your mother's house. Try that business, especially when you're in your 20s. This is the best time to try all this shit out when you're in your 20s because you have all the time in the world. You don't have a kid, you don't have mortgage, uh you don't have all these other stressful shit. This is the best time to try all these things out, like shoot for the moon. Try I was reading a book about I was reading this book. It's called Little Beats. It's about like you trying out shit. Like you try, it's like improvise these big businesses, Microsoft, all these big businesses, the niggas just they started by improvising, they trying out thing, trying out what works, trying out this, trying out this, all these companies, Apple, all these big companies, they were all improvising, bro, until something worked out. It's just try something will click, bro. You don't need to work a 9 to 5. Try things, bro. Like just try, because at the end of the day, people are going to talk regardless. People are going to talk regardless, nigga. They're going to talk regardless. If you do YouTube, they're going to talk. If you don't do YouTube, they're going to talk. If you do a job, they're going to talk. People are going to talk regardless. Just try it out, improvise. Like my channel has been through different stages. Now I'm doing reactions. I've been trying things that are not working. Now this is working. I'm trying it out. I'm just try. And there are people that are gonna fucking talk. People are gonna judge you. People that are gonna laugh at your dreams, bro. What is wrong with trying? Who are you to judge the people that are trying? Who are you to laugh at other people that are trying? Try, bro. Don't settle for a 9 to 5 job. Like when you're in your 20s, sacrifice some shit, relationship, sacrifice going out at nights, at parties, sacrifice all that bullshit. Use this time to figure it out, man. Figure it out. Try, just try, man. Shit. I don't know. I can't get this plan out. I just keep trying, man.
I work full time. See if it works out. And then at least you know. I'm quitting my job today. I work full time as an analyst, and I I don't even know what to say about it. I don't even know where to start, so I'm not even gonna right now. But we're gonna go and quit this job, and I'm gonna celebrate tonight. Like, I don't know.
Jobs take out.
I'm gonna
Take
turn in my 2 weeks.
take your
I'm not
time,
putting on
man.
the spot. I'm gonna turn in my 2 weeks because I'm a decent human being. I don't even think they really deserve this courtesy, but I'm gonna give it to them out of the goodness of my heart.
Right.
Just leave on a good note on my end.
Right.
From me to me. That's about it. Let's go quit.
You see, man. Fuck. She can't even record. She can't even talk out loud at her office, bro. She's like, let me type this shit out quick and resign. And yeah, like she's scared, bro. Like jobs have this shit of making you should become a bitch. You should become a little bitch to the boss. You should become the boss's bitch. When the boss tells you to do something, you gotta do it even if you don't want to do it. You gotta do paperwork even if you don't want to do it. I'm pissed off, man. I don't know, man. Shit. Uh to be honest, 9 to 5 jobs are not. Me reading this book told me a lot of how successful people think niggas that started Starbucks. Starbucks is this coffee shop in America. Like the way he started the shop, he was in Italy, and then they saw how people were doing things there. Then he came to America. He was improvising, testing it out. it was not the same. Then he tested out a little bit to fit the environment, and all of a sudden, Starbucks walked out. The company walked out. Then it started being profitable. Then he started franchising, man, spreading it all over. And yeah, man, just improvise, bro. Just start something, bro, because you never know. Ask question, get into different rooms, bro. Read different books, you know. Talk to different people, bro. You never know where the opportunity will come from because opportunity comes when preparation meets opportunity. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah. The name of the book is little bites, how to break through ideas emerge from small discovery, how breakthrough ideas emerge from small discoveries, like small things. They were talking about the Toy Story company, uh, how Steve Jobs, after being fired from Apple, was how he got into Pixel, the company that makes animation, the company that started that creates Toy Stories, these film companies. It like all these small ideas, these small things, they matter, bro. They matter and they lead to bigger things and all that. You see, she's being scared. She's quiet. She wasn't even supposed to record at her work, bro. She'll get literally fired before resigning. You see, slow tone, bro. Like you did the right choice.
Yeah, that was awkward. I should have looked at my calendar before submitting that, but and then I just went back to work, you guys. I literally just went back to work like nothing happened, and had to go into that team meeting like, hey guys. But I'm so happy I did this. This was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, and I have so many lessons to teach you guys. You won't even believe it.
I don't know you all, but the rate at which is so many people sharing videos about their layoffs and them getting laid off every time, and then companies reporting about how much thousands of people they're about to lay off or they've laid off already is just so much. Like the
Ridiculous.
stability is just out the window because genuinely speaking, just living or working in a place where you're always constantly in fear that you could lose your job
It's
or having like
crazy.
in this present day
It's
that
crazy, man.
constant you can't be relaxed because you never really know if the layoffs is about to affect you at any time. You just don't know, and then it's like it's just a scary situation. It doesn't feel comfortable working any job. Working for anybody just doesn't feel comfortable. It just doesn't give you that. I just don't know. Like I know, yeah, sometimes you just I mean you can't stress yourself about it every day because you just gotta go on. But sometimes when you start seeing so many people getting laid off, it gets you to a point where you start wondering and looking like,
Yeah,
oh, this is really bad. Like what if this gets to me? Like because it can happen to anyone. A lot of people have really been sharing like many videos about how much they hate corporates, like some of the things that they really hate about corporate jobs. And when it comes to like the conversations about the personality changes, where you have to be smiling, faking your
right.
personality, and where your coworkers can actually be terrible. So you really have to find a way to put like some boundaries with your relationship with them, and they are not your friends. And also, we're trying to get promotions,
It's
trying to get some
cutthroat,
pay
man. It's
increase,
cutthroat.
backbiting, and so many things that just go on there in the corporate world. It's so much.
It's like
But
competition
I
in
just
the
thought I'd share
industry,
this
bro.
videos with you
Yeah.
guys. You've made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. Please make sure you click the like button. It helps with the algorithm, and I appreciate that so much. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time, hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll see you on the next one.
Because my bill's along already.
Yeah, man. That was the video about corporate jobs. It's crazy, man. The type of jobs and sacrifices people had to go through. Damn, man, do what you want, bro. Do what you will. Do what you have to do. All I'm saying is just use your 20s to take more risk. Take risk in your 20s. Do what you have to do, but take your risks. Take risks. Shoot for the moon, bro. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like work more on yourself than you work on your job. Work more on yourself than you work on your job. Read books. Make time for yourself. Go out, train, work out. Make time for yourself. Put yourself first. Don't put your job about your health, about yourself, about yourself, or your mental health. Don't put your job there. Like, it's crazy, man. Peace out, man. Like the video, subscribe, and I'm out, man.